as of this moment, and I got a few things I'm watching this week that may take its place, but as of this moment, my personal favorite film of the year is still Michelle Yeoh's Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'm still agog and aghast by how incredible this film is, and more of you need to see it. I believe it became the #1 A24 film of all time, right? It became the #1 grossing A24 film of all time. This little indie film that could, and it's getting Oscar buzz. Well, one of the big independent film ceremonies happened the other night, and that is the Gotham Awards. Now, there's the Indie Spirit Awards, but then there's also the Gotham Awards. And Everything Everywhere All at Once took home Best Picture at the Gotham Awards. It took home the top prize for Best Feature of the Year for independent film. That, of course, will fuel its momentum going into the Oscars, which is really exciting. But what was also really interesting was that Ke-Huy Quan, who was, of course, Short Round in Indiana Jones, and he plays Michelle Yeoh's husband in the film, he actually took home Best Supporting Performance. Now, at the Gotham Awards, they don't delineate between actor and actress. They just have Best Performance. So they had the Best Lead Performance, and they had Best Supporting Performance. And Best Supporting Performance went to Key, which is awfully awesome to see. I was really, really excited to see that. By the way, Danielle Deadwyler won Best Lead Performance for Till. That was, again, at the Gotham Awards. So big stuff, Rob. You know, I've been gushing about Everything Everywhere from the moment that I saw. We all thought the trailers were pretty impressive. We're seeing it get the big nominations for the Indie Spirit Awards. It's now won the Gotham Awards. Now, the independent award things are not necessarily templates for what's going to happen at the Oscars, but with the momentum it has, how significant is it that it won the Gotham Awards, and where do you see its Oscar chances right now?
Well, I think it's significant on a number of levels. One, it's a fantastically imaginative film that was made for not a lot of money, comparatively speaking. And it shows that, and certainly, I mean, Michelle Yeoh is, of course, I've been watching her for decades, literally. I love her, but this is not exactly a cast that is known to everyone.
Yeah.
And it's a film that, again, wildly imaginative, directed by the Daniels. And it gave, what do we go to the movies for? To see movies like this. And I think that, and James Hong. And I think that one of the things about this movie that's so terrific is it embodies everything that indie, quote unquote, indie cinema is supposed to be. It shows a startling new voice in cinema that is emerging, that's probably going to be making movies, the Daniels, for the next decades. And also it rewards real creativity. And I think that it's exactly the kind of movies that should be winning awards, because unlike a lot of indie movies that people say are winning at the Oscars now, this is a movie that is also wildly entertaining.
Yeah.
You know, it's not beating you over the head with its messaging. It's you go in and you're
transported. It kind of does in a way, but it does it in a really fun way.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, great stories have their messaging baked into them.
Yes.
You know, and that's the thing. It sneaks up on you. And I think that this movie, to me, it exemplifies what cinema still can be.
You know, one of the other bits of Oscar buzz that this movie is getting is that when you go to a lot of the awards coverage sites, a lot of them are saying Jamie Lee Curtis has a real shot at a Best Supporting Actress thing. Interestingly, though, she was not nominated for the Gotham, and I can't remember if she was nominated for the Indie Spirit Awards either, but still a lot of the awards sites are saying she could be up there for that. Anyway, Christian, you have a chance to take a look at this. What's your takeaway from this, and how significant is this going into Oscar season?
I think it's very significant also from the time of when the movie was released. It was released earlier in the year, and a lot of times that's not a good. That works against movies. But the fact that this movie, you just listen to the both of you guys and the way that you've expressed your love for it, that's the majority of people who have seen this movie feel the same way. I feel the same way. It's creative. I agree with you that it's one of those things. Like, I feel like every time we see most Oscar movies these days, and I also think it's one of the reasons that I know. Well, I also think it's one of the reasons why, like, that some of these Oscar movies are not doing so well in the theater right now, is because we're not in a great, super happy time in the world right now, and we're not in. People want to go to movies for escapism. It reminds me of like the late '70s, right, when people were like, all you were getting were movies like Chinatown and things, and the movie did very well, obviously, but there was a call for more like uplifting, entertaining movies, right? And this is one of those movies. I think there's a reason why Top Gun did as well as it did, also because of it's kind of a throwback to to the old school way of escapism inside of movies, and this was that. And this was also, I love the idea that it was a smaller budget movie with great performances, brilliantly directed. The score was fantastic.
Yeah, it really
The message
was.
great. All of it. So it doesn't surprise me that this movie's getting love, because every person that you see that covers Oscar stuff, that it's all in their top 10s already. The movies to be looking out for. Everyone's talking about it, and the fact that when the buzz starts happening, if your movie, even if it came out in February, March, whenever this movie came out, and it's still in the list, you've got a good chance. And obviously that's the case of what just happened. And I love that Kei Kwan is back, because it's similar, somewhat similar to like the comeback of Brendan Fraser, although Brendan Fraser was, I think, maybe even more so for Key, right? Because he's been gone for, we knew him as, whether it was Short Round or Data, and now to see what he's capable of now as an adult, and he's doing all these new things. He's going to be in the new Marvel show also, I think, coming up. Is that right? It's Marvel, right? Yeah, it's Secret Invasion, I think maybe he's in.
No, I don't think he's in Secret
Wars. Sorry, not Invasion. Secret Wars. I always get the two confused. But anyway, it's great to see him coming back in general.
Wait, are you Brendan Fraser's going to be in Secret?
Not Brendan Fraser.
No,
Kei Kwan.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait,
yeah,
what?
I'm just saying that it's.
Are you thinking of Batgirl?
No. It's a
Batgirl.
parallel between the two of them, and the fact that they both have these comebacks, and especially him even more so.
The one point you brought up there, which I think is so key, is the fact that it's not often when you get those films that come out early in the year that have had that being at the forefront of everybody's minds throughout the whole year. What was the one about the kid where they shot over 17 years?
Boyhood.
Boyhood, right. Like that was another example of that, right? That got the early year release, but then kind of just lingered there the whole time and then started getting some Oscars. All right, guys, questions for you. What do you think about this? Everything Everywhere All at Once has taken home the top prize at the Gotham Awards. Will that momentum flow into the Oscars? Did you see the movie? I know some of you didn't, but you got to get on that. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. We want to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Stamps.com. Guys, it happens every holiday season. No matter how prepared we think we are for the season, it always turns out we're nowhere near as prepared as we thought we were, especially with our shipping. And right about now, seasonal excitement, or dread as the case may be, is really starting to settle in, especially for small businesses. Slaying through traffic to the post office, inboxes more like a blizzard than a winter wonderland, rushing to send cards and gifts to your loyal clients. The good news is it's not too late to get your holiday mailing and shipping under control with Stamps.com. Sign up now and you'll be printing your own postage in minutes. Because Stamps.com is your one-stop shop for all of your shipping and mailing needs. Get access to the United States Postal Service and UPS services that you need to run your business right from your computer. Up to 86% off. So this holiday season, trade late nights for silent nights and get started with Stamps.com today. Sign up with promo code Campea for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a free digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the page, and enter the code Campea.